In this tutorial video, I'll be showing you how to install Ubuntu 16.04 to dual boot with Windows 10. Well, if you haven't already done so, you'll need to download an ISO file for the Ubuntu website. Now, I've done this video a bit prematurely, so currently it's showing Ubuntu 14.04, but later on it will show 16.04 or a future version. So choose your flavour. Well, they say 64-bit is the recommended, and that is what most systems are these days. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter if you take a 64-bit ISO for a 32-bit system, because it'll stop you before the install starts. So then just go on to download. You've got the option to donate, and not right now. I have done so in the past though. While that's downloading, we'll have to think how to write the ISO file to some install media. Now, a choice is either a DVD or a USB flash drive. If you're going to take the USB flash drive method, the easiest way to do that is with a program called UNetBootin. There it is, UNetBootin. So just go across to the SourceForge project, files. Oh, it's actually got the recommended file right there. So yes, that is what I want. So what you do is you would select the disk image for the ISO file wherever you have downloaded it to, and you would select the USB drive. Now it would be written on the list here. It is not on my system, I have not got one plugged in. So once you're done, click OK, and it will write the ISO file to the flash drive. Now at this point you want to reboot your system, either with the flash drive or DVD inserted. But I have inserted the Ubuntu ISO into this VirtualBox, and it will now load the installer. So you've got the option of either trying Ubuntu or installing it. You might want to try it first, just take a look at it, see how you like it. But I'm going straight on to the installer. You could download the updates, you could do. I don't normally, I normally do that later. Right, install third-party software for graphics, Wi-Fi, hardware, Flash, MP3 and other media. This is what we call the restricted extras package. Because the licenses for MP3s, MP4s and Flash Player are patent encumbered, they can't legally be issued with the operating system, but they do give you the option to install it at this point during the system install. So yes, if you would like that, go for it. We've got a couple of options here. You can install Ubuntu alongside Windows 10, that'll be dual booting. You could erase the disk, so erase Windows 10 and just install Ubuntu as a single operating system, or something else. So we're going to try for the install Ubuntu alongside. If you have multiple drives in your system, you can choose between them here. I don't on this machine, there is only one, so only one option. Now this slider allows you to allocate a different amount of space for each operating system. So realistically you would need about 10 or 15 gig over your size of your Windows 10 just to keep it running. So mine goes down to 22.5, so 10 to 15 would be roughly around there, 37, 38 gig. On the other hand, the smallest you want to make your Ubuntu system is probably what, 5 gig? Well, that would be exceptionally small, probably not really usable. So it's your choice here. There is no right or wrong answer. You just need to give the operating systems enough room to breathe, or to function really. So roughly half and half, that'll do. So click install now. So yes, we will be partitioning the hard drive. Continue. Yes, I am perfectly happy with that. Where are you in the world? Well, normally it will pick this up out of your network connection. So yes, it has recognised I'm in London. If not, you can click on the map and tell it where you are. So continue. Select your keyboard layout. Default choice for me, English UK and an English UK keyboard. You have the option of typing a few characters here just to test the layout. There's a couple of characters that would be in a completely different place if I was using an American keyboard. Continue. Your name. feel free to choose whatever you would like here. I'll go over a shortened version of my YouTube name, which is Quids. The computer name. Having a mess around here. Pick a username. Yeah, it's allocated one for me. Choose a password. This is what we call the sudo or root password. Something you'll need to type in whenever you'll want to elevate your privileges, for example, installing new applications. It gives you some warnings if you've got a poor password here. That's a terrible password. And that's a weak password. Oh well. If I wanted to make it more complicated, you can add some special characters to it. And it becomes a good password. Now, do you want to log in automatically or require a password to log into the system? Well, if you're the only user on the system, you might as well have it log in automatically. If it's one computer between a whole family, then maybe you want to require a password to log in, or maybe you want to go further and encrypt your home folder, which would be where you store your documents, pictures, videos, etc. I'm going for login automatically. Continue. And you've got a little bit of a slideshow welcoming you to the new operating system. Well, so help and support, you've got Ask Ubuntu, the community team, the forums in Ubuntu, and I've done quite a lot of Ubuntu tutorials on my channel, so feel free to take a look around. Well, there we go, after a few minutes the install has completed, so I can go to Restart Now. Upon reboot, I'm presented with the Grub bootloader screen. This is for you to select different operating systems that you have on your computer. So in the list at the top we have Ubuntu, then we've got memory test, and then Windows 10. So let's start with Windows 10 just to make sure that still works. And that's a good start. We have the Microsoft Windows logo there. And how typical, Microsoft has chosen the perfect opportunity to do some updates. Bloody marvellous. Well, after an intolerably long update sequence there, I've now rebooted into the Windows 10 operating system. We can see that the Windows 10 is actually functioning properly. There's no reference of the other hard drives here or other partitions that Ubuntu is installed on. That's because Windows lacks the drivers to see the extension for file system. So as far as it's concerned, there's nothing there. Let's go back to Ubuntu, so I'll reboot the computer and select Ubuntu off the Grub boot manager. Well, there you go, Ubuntu has booted up normally, albeit without the correct graphics drivers here in VirtualBox, but if you need a driver for your system, just open the Unity launcher, start typing drive, just get drivers, the additional drivers program, and there you go, you can select them off the list. So that's how to install Ubuntu 16.04 to dual boot with Windows 10. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all later.